to be what I was using at that time because that's what was used when this was written. Okay, so use my SQLi function here called clean. I know I've referenced this at one point or another, and it really just does an array map, which an array map, what that does is it applies a function that you pass to it to every element in this specified array. So essentially with this, what I can do, will apply the MySQL real escape string, which is what you want to do to help prevent against SQL injections. It'll apply that to every element in the array. Okay, so it's a quick way to kind of clean data. Here we have our hash password. Again, this is something I go over quite a bit in the how to build a login system tutorial about what all this does, but here it is. Then we have our insert function. Again, this is all stuff I go into detail in the login system. I'm not gonna, repeat that stuff about what it exactly does. This does the exact same thing, just in the interest of time. And I really have an update function. So this updates information in our database. Again, we're passing it this certain information. Again, this is something that you can go into depth with in the login system tutorial. We have select, and then we have our get, or which would, is a function that will actually, this is again something that is one of those dumb things I did that I don't know why I did. So this is going to run the query, and this is going to loop through the results. You have to loop through the results and return it. This could actually just go into one function. So I don't know why I split it into two, but there you have it. So one of those dumb things that I did that I would change. All right, so and then we instantiate the class. All right, so that's the database class. So it's pretty similar. If you, again, you've been following along with the other tutorials, this is the same stuff that we've been doing, okay? So there's nothing real fancy about that. Then on top of our database class, then we're going to have kind of a query class, and we're also going to have just a regular, what we call class, okay? And so the difference between the two is in the query class, pieces of data, we have a have products check, which this is another one of those dumb things I did. It's not dumb to have a have products check to see if the particular page you're displaying has data available for it, but the way I did it, it actually doesn't do anything. So again, this is one of those dumb things that I would change. That's a pretty simple class there. As far as our actual class, this is where the bulk of what we're doing actually happens. Now, just to kind of go back to this class query, you notice this has two functions. In this class, it has a whole ton. The reason to be the class that you use when you're retrieving data from the database, and this is the class that's mostly used for adding data to the database. Okay, so we call this a query class because it's for querying the database, and for me that means getting data from.